Well, happy Sunday morning to everybody. Hope you are doing well. This is a time that I thought I was going to record it and upload it later this morning, but I figured since I'm only going to start this today, I may as well just do it live and get it over with. So that's what we're doing. We're in another game on the Sunday Basic Sunday. The calendar date is August the 5th, 1962. That is the first Sunday in 1962 in the month of August. It's between the Los Angeles Angels and the Baltimore Orioles. And I actually noticed in my title that I put California by mistake. So I will fix that, after the video is over. So anyway, our starting pitchers, Eli Gerba for the Los Angeles Angels and Robin Roberts, the veteran, for the Orioles. Orioles won this game real world 7-2. In the Action PC simming of this season, the Angels are 63-45. The Orioles are 61-48. So it is a pretty good matchup of teams that are fighting for the American League pennant, along with, of course, the Yankees. And so we're in Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. So Robin Roberts will get the call to start things out. And he'll be facing Albie, and like I said, 62, so I don't know many of these players. That was before my time. I've heard of some of them, but a lot of them I have not. So if I seem like I don't know who this guy is, you're probably right. Good morning, Ben. Before we get going, I do have the tools of the trade. We have the basic strategy chart, and then we have the basic fielding chart. One thing I did write down from the rule book, since Buck Rogers is a 2-rated catcher, he's going to be a -3 on as far as holding, for stealing bases. Landreth is a 4 catcher, so he's only a -1. So just to throw that out there. So Albie Pearson taking on Robin Roberts. See if I can get a little bit closer without losing too much on this. I think I can. All right, so Albie Pearson facing Robin Roberts. Run away 1-7 for Pearson. That's a solid single. Albie Pearson, a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Billy Moran, second baseman. I'm assuming it's Moran, not Morin. Like I said, don't know these guys. And I got to keep the temptation from pulling out this D20 and rolling it between its bats because I'm so used to doing that. Here's Moran, 5'11". And for Robin Roberts, 5'11" is a ground ball shortstop X. So the first X chance on the basic chart. Shortstop is Hanson. He's a 3. So we come over here to a 3, and we're going to be in the middle column. Roll the D20 and find out what happens. Get an 11 on a 3, and that says out 3. So we come down to the chart, out 3. So runner on first is out going to second. Completion of a double play. So how about that? Even in the basic game, we're going to get the Giovanni's Tailor Shop tailor-made double play, 643. Giovanni's Tailor Shop in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. If you have any tailoring needs and are in the area, be sure to stop by and see them. Tell them Demo sent you. They'll give you a discount. They are the official sponsor of, or the unofficial sponsor of the channel, but the official sponsor of the Giovanni's Tailor Shop tailor-made double play of the game. So 2 quick outs, pitcher's best friend, and here's Leon Wagner. It's a 1-7, and Wagner's going to ground to third. So a very short inning after the double play took care of business. And we go to the bottom of the first. And on the mound for the Los Angeles Angels, I'll try to keep them calling them California, is Eli Gerba. Eli Gerba was 8-9 with a 4.54 ERA. One of the more interesting names, Eli Gerba. It's kind of a neat little name. Certainly never heard anybody else with the last name of Gerba before. All right, so Jerry Adair, he was later known more for being on the Red Sox 67 team than he was maybe for being on the Orioles. But he is up to lead things off against Eli Gerba. We get a 1-7. He's going to fly it to left field. 1 down. And that'll bring up Russ Snyder. Snyder in right field. 2-7, and he's going to count it to third. 2 quick outs for Jackie Brandt. Brandt is the center fielder. 6-12, and it's a ground ball second base X. So second baseman is Moran. He's a 2. So we're over here at second base, and we're in this second column, column number 2. Find out what happens with your old A15. Column 2 and a 15 is a 1 base error. There it is right there, 1 base error. Column 2 and a 15 is a 1 base error. So E4 on Moran, and that will continue the inning for the Orioles. And Jim Gentile, first baseman, steps to the plate. The power hitting guy, 33 home runs, 110, but he's going to ground it right back to Gerba, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing there for the Orioles in their half of the first. We go to the second, no score from Baltimore. Of course, ballpark effects not a part of the basic game. So due up for the Angels will be Lee Thomas. He is the right fielder for this one. Morning, Chuck. Got a new, we have an Amazon box that came last week, or Amazon delivery, I should say. And the box we kept, and Tabby is now taking full ownership of that box, so we can't get her away from the box. I don't know what it is about cats and boxes, but they just seem to love them. So that's her new stash right now, is to stay in that box. I have no idea why. Box is in the kitchen, and that's where she's sitting. Here's Thomas, 2-8, and that's going to be a single for Lee Thomas. Leadoff single for Buck Rogers, catcher, later a manager. 5-11, and that's a ground ball first base X. We're looking at Gentile. He's a 3. So we come over here to first base in column 3 and see what happens on their X chart. On 11, 3 and 11 is an out with no runners on base 4. If no runners are forced, runners hold. With 1 or more runners forced, batter is safe. Run on first, out point. So it's basically a fielder's choice, 3-6. They'll get the lead runner at second base. Buck Rogers, the new runner, at first base for Tom Burgess. I don't know anything about Tom Burgess, but he's the first baseman in this game. I know Smokey Burgess, but not Tom Burgess. 6-7, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. 2 away, that's handled by Snyder. 2 down for third baseman Felix Torres, and don't know anything about him either. 1-9, I know he struck out, so that's going to end the inning. Robin Roberts, another shutout for him. Go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. Gerba back out, and he'll be facing Brooks Robinson. Definitely know him. Brooks Robinson to lead it off. That's going to be a 1-3 for Robinson, and that's a ground ball to second. This time Moran handles it without any incident, and there's 1 away. Here's Boo Powell. Definitely know him, but he's playing left field. He doesn't go to first base until later. Starts his career in left field. 6-5, and that's going to be a ground ball shortstop X. Shortstop for the Dodgers, for the Angels, is Jim Fregosi. Definitely know him. He's a 3, so a 3-rated shortstop. 3-rated shortstop and a 6. 3 and a 6 is an out 1. So with nobody on base, it doesn't matter. It's just a ground out to short. 2 down for Ron Hansen. And I believe Hansen will later play for the White Sox in the later 60s. 4-10, and that's a fly ball center field X. And now we flip the basic chart over for outfield. Center fielder is Albie Pearson. He's a 2, so we're in column 2. Roll a 10. Column 2 and a 10 is an out 5, so that's all that matters. Is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Orioles. We go to the top of the third, no score. And again, if you looked at the title and saw California Angel, California, I do know that was a mistake on my part, so I will change it to Los Angeles when the video is over. All right, now here's Fregosi, Jim Fregosi. 1-2, and that's a line out to third plus injury, but we're not doing injuries, so just a line out. 1 down, and that's going to bring up Robin Roberts, and he uses, I'm sorry, not Robin Roberts, Eli Gerba, I should say. If you notice, Eli Gerba uses batting card number 7. So Eli Gerba, batting card number 7. 6-8, and that's a line out to short. And that is out number 2. I put these in the wrong spot again. Fix that. I have a bad habit of doing that for whatever reason. Don't know why. So 2 down. Hello, Tribe fan. Didn't see you come in. Here's Albie Pearson. 1-9 for Pearson. That's another base hit. So Pearson is 2 for 2. And that'll bring up Billy Moran, second baseman. 5-4, and that's a catcher X. So we're going to the catcher, which in this case is Landreth. He's a 4. So 4 rated catcher, and we'll see what happens on a 4 rated catcher. That's a 2. 4 and a 2 says out on a dribbler. So it's a 2-3 ground out to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Halos. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. Gerba back out, and he'll be facing Hobie Landreth, the catcher, followed by Robin Roberts, and then back to the top of the order for Adair. That's a 2-9 for Hobie Landreth. It's ground ball to first. 1 away. And now here's Robin Roberts. He's using pitcher hitting card number 3, batting card number 3 for Robin Roberts. That is a 6-6. And that's a ground ball second base X. So again, Moran, he has made an error already, so he's going to try to avoid that now. Back to our second base, he is a 2, so we're in the second column. 2 and a 9, so 2 and a 9 is an out 3. Nobody on base, it's just an out, so doesn't matter what kind. 2 down for Jerry Adair. 4-6, and that's going to be a strikeout for Eli Gerba. That's his first strikeout. And that will end the inning. So at the end of 3, nothing's been decided. And we go to the 4th inning. See you guys talking about modern baseball and trades and whatever, but I haven't even kept up with modern baseball. I've tried to, and just closest I'm going to get to that is a Rockies replay, but I'm really not interested in what's going on right now. And actually, I've heard there might even be a lockout or something next year. I don't know. But there's always baseball on the Strat table, which is good. All right, here's Leon Wagner. It's a 5-2. It's a pop out to first, and Gentile's got that. 1 away for Lee Thomas. 1-7 for Thomas, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout for Thomas. 2 down. And that's going to bring up Buck Rogers. It's a 6-2, and that's a fly ball to center. And that's handled out there by Jackie Brandt. And that'll do it. 1-2-3. Nothing going on. Bottom of the 4th. Still no score from Baltimore. But the only thing I have less interest in than modern baseball right now is the WNBA and soccer. Other than that, that's probably right down on my list. Here is Russ Snyder. 2-4. That's ground ball to first. Easy play for Burgess. He'll take it to the bag himself. 1 away. And here is Jackie Brandt. 2-11 for Jackie Brandt. 1-11 is a single. I'm sorry, 1-12 is a single. 13-20 lines out. And that's a base hit for Jackie Brandt. 1 out single for Jim Gentile, the big guy. 5-9, and that's going to be a home run. 1-13. This could put him on the board. 14-20 is a double, and that is gone. Jim Gentile on a 5-9. The result was 5-9. Look at Eli Gerba on the 5-9. It is a 1-13 home run, and the D20 is a 3. So a 2-run home run from Jim Gentile. Certainly no surprise that he would be the guy for the Orioles hitting a home run. And the Orioles lead it 2-0. And now poor Eli has to rebound from that. And here's Brooks Robinson. That is a 3-8 for Robinson. He's going to pop it to short, 2 down. For Boog Powell. It's a 1-7 for Powell, and he walks. So a 2-out walk. And that's the first walk issued by Gerba. 2 down for Ron Hansen. Hansen flew to center his first chance. 5-7, and that's a single. Powell, not much of a runner, so he's going to just hold at second base. 2 down for Hobie Landreth. 1-3 for Landreth, and that's a walk. So bases are going to be loaded for Robin Roberts. And again, he uses pitch reading card number 3. Bases are loaded for Robin Roberts. He can help his own cause right here. 3-5, but he doesn't. He grounds to third to end the inning. But the 2-run home run from Jim Gentile is giving the Orioles a 2-0 lead after 4. And Robin Roberts back out. Will face Burgess, Torres, and Fregosi, scheduled hitters for the Los Angeles Angels. That's a 2-7 for Burgess, and struck him out. That is the 3rd strikeout for Mr. Roberts. And here comes Felix Torres. 1-10, and that's a ground ball to short, 2 down. One thing about basic for sure, I mean, you certainly can, as long as the pitching holds out, you can certainly motor through these games pretty quick. You do lose some emergent, at least I do, but that's okay. It's a change of pace, like a curveball. It's a change of pace or a changeup. 6-5, and that's going to be a strikeout for Robin Roberts, his 4th, and that will end the inning. So Robin Roberts, he was 10-9 with a 2.78 ERA, but he sure is pitching quite well today. Gerba back out. He'll be facing the top of the order, Adair, Snyder, and Brandt. Bring this over here so we don't run out of room eventually when we get to the later innings. Here's Adair. 6-9, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. 1 away for Russ Snyder. 5-5, and it's going to be a line out to short. That is snagged by Fregosi. 2 down for Jackie Brandt. Singled and scored his last time up. Whoops, that thing fell out of my hand. That is a 5-9. And again, that's the same one Gentile got the home run on at 5-9. 1-13 is a home run, 14-20 is a double. And that's a home run for Jackie Brandt. He had 19 of them real world. So long ball in that 5-9 result is getting Mr. Gerba in trouble. It's now 3-0 Orioles. And now the guy who hit the home run the last time up, Jim Gentile. It's a 3-9, and that's going to be a double. 1-15, 16-20 is a single. And that'll be a double for Gentile. 2-out double brings up Brooks Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 2. 6-8, and that's a fly to left to end the inning. But the home run, courtesy of center fielder Jackie Brandt, gives the Orioles a 3-0 lead after 5. And now the pitcher spot, Eli Gerba is up. Do they continue with Gerba? Well, this is 1962 after all, so I can't manage this thing like it's 2024 or something. So he's going to continue. He's a pretty good hitter using pitch reading card number 7. 6-9 is going to be a ground ball shortstop X. We are looking at Hanson. He's a 3. So we're in this middle column on the shortstop X. And a 9. 3 and a 9 is an out 3. That's all that matters. Nobody's on base, so it's just simply a 6-3 ground out. One away for Albie Pearson. Back to the top of the order. He's 2 for 2. 6-9. And again, right back to Hanson. Ground ball shortstop X. Rinse and repeat. That's a 19, which says we got to roll the 20-sided die again. So now we get a 1, and that's going to be a base hit for Albie Pearson. So he's 3 for 3. Albie Pearson. He's doing his part. He's got 3 of the Angels hits. 3 of the 4 hits belong to Albie Pearson. And he could try to steal, but when you're down 3-0, you better make it. So it's going to hold on and hope his offense can do something. Here's Billy Moran, 5-8, and that's a pop out to first. Gentile's got it. 2 down for Leon Wagner. That's a 6-7, and that is a fly to right, and that's going to end it. Nothing again doing for the Angels. They can't seem to figure out Robin Roberts. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 3-0. And Boog Powell will lead things off. I think I'm going to put this here so I can remember what column I'm in. Put it right next to the column I'm going to write in. Makes it easier for me seeing these things. Here's Boog Powell. Three, and that's a ground ball to second. Moran makes the play. 1 away for Ron Hanson. That's a 6-7. That's a double 1-12, single 13-20. And that's a double for Ron Hanson. And that'll send up Hobie Landreth with Roberts on deck. 5-7, and that's a single right there. So it's going to put runners at the corners. Landreth does not run all, or Hanson runs at a 13. They could try something, but I think with only 1 out, they'll hold him there. Now here is Robin Roberts. 1-6 for Roberts, and he hits into the double play. 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. Another Giovanni's Tailor Shop double play on that 1-6. Ground ball to short. But the Orioles still lead at 3-0 after 6. Roberts back out, and he'll be facing Thomas, Rogers, and Burgess due up for the Los Angeles Angels. 4-6, and that is a fly to left. Boog Powell puts that away. 1 down. Here's Buck Rogers. 2-8, and that is a ground ball to third. Quickly 2 up, 2 down for Tom Burgess. That is a 2-5. 2-5. That's a 2 there. 2-5 is a strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. That's the 4th strikeout. I'm sorry, 5th strikeout for Robin Roberts. And he is pitching like a Hall of Famer tonight or today. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. It is still 3-0 Baltimore. It'll be the top of the order for the Orioles, Adair, Snyder, and Brandt. Scheduled hitters. Adair is 0 for 3. 2-7. Make him 0 for 4 as he grounds it to third base. Where Torres makes the play. 1 away for Russ Snyder. He's also 0 for 3. 3-9. Make him 0 for 4 as he strikes out. For Gerba, that is just strikeout number 2. Here's Jackie Brandt. He's 2 for 3, single and a home run. That 5-9 has really done in Gerba today. 1-3 is a ground ball to short, and that'll take care of it. So we go to the 8th inning. Still 3-0 Orioles. Due up for the Angels will be Torres, Fregosi, and a pinch hitter for Gerba. So we'll look at the Angel bench. and see who the potential pinch hitters are. And I'll grab those guys. So we got Joe, I think it's pronounced copy, like you copy something on a printer. I think it's pronounced copy, not cop. I think the E is pronounced, if I remember correctly. So Joe Copy, I'm going to go with it anyway. Earl Averill, Steve Bilko, and Ed Sadowski, and George Thomas. Those are the guys on the bench for the Angels. Right now, though, it will be Torres and Fregosi, the first two up to start the eighth inning. Felix Torres, and that is a 5-5. And that's going to be a home run, 1 to an 11. 12 to 20 is going to be a double. And that's a double for Felix Torres. Leadoff double brings up Fregosi for 4, and that's a fly to center, one away. Now we need the pinch hitter. And let's see I'm going to play it, even though it's basic, I'm going to play it like it's, I think the managers would play it and use a lefty. Unfortunately, all these players are right-handed. All 5 hitters on the bench are right-handed. So I'm going to take the best average. And the best average looks like Steve Bilko, 287, far and away the best average. So we're going with Steve Bilko, not to be confused with Sergeant Bilko. So Bilko pinch hitting here in the 8th inning. And then we'll figure out the pitcher in the 9th. But right now, Bilko going to bat. Bilko. That is a 2-6, and he's going to walk. So Bilko, a pinch hit walk. And now we're back to the top of the order, and Albie Pearson. If we look at the Oriole bullpen, this is who they have available. They have Wes Stock. They have Steve Barber. They have Hal Brown, who would later go to the Yankees. They have Billy Hefter. I think it's pronounced Heft. And they have Hoyt Wilhelm. So Hoyt Wilhelm is loosening in the bullpen. If they feel like they need to bring Robin Roberts some relief, they do have Hoyt Wilhelm loosening in the bullpen. But right now they're going to stick with Roberts. 1-6, and they may have to change their minds on this. That's a 1-4 triple and a 5-20 double. That's a double to center field. And scoring is Torres. Stopping at third is Bilko. Runners at the corners, only one out, and that's going to do it for Robin Roberts. They're going to go to Hoyt Wilhelm right away. Hoyt Wilhelm and his knuckleball will be coming on. Robin Roberts is going to go 7 1/3 innings. And he's going to allow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got him for 6 hits. He's going to walk. I believe that was the first walk of the game for him right there. He's going to strike out 5. And we can't, right now, 1 run, but he's responsible for all 3. So he can win it, but he can't lose it. And due up now is Billy Moran against Hoyt Wilhelm. Runners at second and third and 1 out. Infield for the Orioles is back. They want to make sure they get an out. They don't want anything sneaking through. So here's the pitch to Moran, and that is a 6-9 on Hoyt Wilhelm, and he struck him out. Strikeout by Wilhelm. In case you're curious, 6-9 on Robin Roberts was a ground ball shortstop X. So that could have been good, could have not been good. Who knows? Strikeout, you got the out. So here's Leon Wagner. Clutch situation, although there's no clutch rating in basic, it's theoretically a clutch situation for Leon Wagner. That is a 5-8, and that's another strikeout. So not going to mention about the wisdom of bringing in Hoyt Wilhelm, because you already know where that's coming from. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Gerba will need a new pitcher because he got pinch hit for. So we'll look at the Angels pitching staff and we'll figure out the final line on Gerba. First of all, he goes 7 innings. He's going to allow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, 3 runs. They were earned. He's going to walk, looks like just 2, and he's going to strike out 2. Now, in the bullpen for the Angels, we have several arms out there. Tom Morgan, Bob Botts, Dan Osinski, Ryan Duran in his Coke bottle glasses, Art Fowler, and Jack Spring. So I think we're going to go with the Coke bottled one, Ryan Duran. I remember him with the Yankees eventually, I think, but right now he's with the Angels. So Ryan Duran. I think I'm visualizing this guy right. I think he had the real thick glasses, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, it's 62, so I could be thinking of the wrong guy very easily. So it'll be Gentile, Robinson, and Powell. Tough part of the lineup here for Duran to get through. Bottom of the 8th is now 3-1. Whoop, that went on the outside, so let's redo that again. There we go. 2-7 for Gentile, and he grounds it to third. 1 down for Brooks Robinson. 4-4, and that's a home run for Brooks. I'm sorry, I was looking at 2-4. 4-4 is a catcher X. Boy, what a big difference that was. Catcher X. And the catcher is Rogers. He is a 2. So 2-rated catcher and a 1. 2 and a 1. Pass ball followed by strikeout. Well, nobody's on base for a pass ball, so strikeout is good. So here's Boog Powell. 4-9, and that's going to be a strikeout for Duran again. So Duran comes in and does his job. And we go to the top of the 9th, last chance for the Angels. And Wilhelm will be out to face Thomas, Rogers, and Burgess. Let's see if there's any chance of pinch hitting here. They will get a pinch hitter for Burgess. He only hit 196. So they're going to need a pinch hitter for Burgess. Let's see who they might want to go to. Who's got the best average on the bench of the remaining players? And it looks like George Thomas has the best average of 238. It's not much, but it's better than the 196 that Burgess had. So it's going to be Thomas, Rogers, and Thomas. It's like a bad law firm. Thomas, Rogers, and Thomas. So Thomas will pinch hit in the 9th. And that would be right here for Burgess. And if they tie it, they'll figure out who's going to play first base. They can move Lee Thomas to first base and put the other Thomas in the outfield. There's all kinds of options available to them. So you never know. But we're going to start at the top of the 9th, 3-1 ball game. Lee Thomas facing Mr. Hoyt Wilhelm. Whoop, that got held up, so I'm going to try that again. That is going to be a 2-7 for Thomas, and that's a single. Lee Thomas gets a base hit. Tying run will come to the plate in the form of Buck Rogers. 110 for Rogers, and that's a ground ball pitcher A double play. 1-6-3 double play. It's not a tailor-made double play, but they'll take it. That 110 on Buck Rogers. That 110 is a ground ball pitcher A. So now George Thomas is up. He will pinch hit. 238 hitter, but that's the best they have on the bench. And here is, hello, Arthur. Good to see you. Here is George Thomas, the pinch hitter. 5-10, and that's a fly to right field, and there's your ball game. Orioles defeat the Angels by the score of 3-1. Duran goes 1 inning, strikes out 2, doesn't give up anything. Wilhelm, in the inning and 2/3, he gives up 1 hit, and that's it, striking out 2. So our final line score for the Orioles, 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. For the Angels, 1 run on 7 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher is Roberts. The loser is Gerba, and Wilhelm gets the save. So there you go. Sunday Basic Sunday is in the books for yet another Sunday. No surprise, the Orioles won this game real world 7-2. So winning this game 3-1 is not like earth shattering or anything. But there you go, a nice clean game of Strat Basic, where we're using the basic strategy chart. I didn't even use the basic strategy chart today. I used the basic fielding chart several times. But the basic strategy chart ended up not being needed. So there you go, Angels and Orioles. I've heard of Bill Riggin, never heard of Billy Hitchcock. I have no idea who that is. But anyway, there's your game. Next Sunday, we'll pick another game, probably from the National League. I like to try to hello, Dan. I like to try to switch things off. American League, National League, back and forth. So we'll do that. Looking ahead on the channel for the rest of today, I've already pre-recorded the History Maker Golf final back 9 of the Memorial Tournament, Jack Nicklaus's place. And I'll post that about 3 o'clock Eastern today. Then tonight about 9:15 Eastern, we're going to have the final game of the Colorado Rockies and the Texas Rangers series from Globe Life Park, where the Rockies offense has taken a dormant stance and just they can't hit. They can pitch all of a sudden, but they can't field and they can't hit. So they've lost, I believe it's now 8 in a row at least. Might be 9 in a row, but at least I know it's 8 in a row. And we'll try to salvage the last game of that series in Texas. And that'll be tonight around, like I said, about 9:15 or so, 9:30 maybe, something in that neighborhood. Tomorrow morning, we go back to our 1987 regularly scheduled games, and it'll be the first game from July the 7th. We'll be in Baltimore. It'll be the Chicago White Sox taking on the Baltimore Orioles, Floyd Bannister against John Havian. So that's what's coming up on the channel for the next day or so. And for now, hope you enjoyed this presentation of Strat-O-Matic Basic. Like I said, it's the 1 day a week I did it. This whole project, if you want to call it, I don't even call it a project, because it's hard to have a project when you only play once a week. But this, whatever you want to call this thing, if you don't call it a project, go right ahead. To me, a project is like what I'm doing in 1987, playing it every day and going through a whole to do there. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh well. I had a thought in mind. Now what I was gonna say is this all came about from that U2 song, Sunday Bloody Sunday. I heard that song and then it made me think of, my mind works on play on words, puns and play on words. And I said, oh, well, how about Sunday Basic Sunday instead of Sunday Bloody Sunday? So that's where that came from. And then, of course, the Rockies replay came from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where we had the Rocky Horror Baseball Show. The 87 replay did not come from any music or entertainment area. It's just something I decided to do. So that I can't take credit for that. Semi-project, I guess. I don't know. Once I finish the 1987 American League, and that will be at least another year or so before that gets finished, because we're only halfway through. So we're talking probably, I hope to get it finished by the end of 2027. That's my goal. But I don't know. I'm not putting any timestamp on it. But once I finish that, then I would like to do a full season replay, both leagues, of an older season where they have less teams, where they only have 8 teams per. And so it won't be such a daunting project to do it that way, because you're not going to be playing as many games. And so maybe, I bought that 52 set. So that might be a good time to use the 52 set. I don't know. Certainly be a good way to learn about the season by playing every team and playing it through there. I'm not learning that much about 62 because I'm only playing teams partially. Um, so we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, hope you all have a great Sunday, whatever you have planned for yourself. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road.